Okay, as promised, meeting you back at the end of the first row of the wave border. And I should have probably mentioned, and you might have been wondering on the previous video, but in a perfect world, I guess you would have multiples of 4 going across the top of your blanket and down the sides, but that's almost never going to happen, and it's perfectly fine. You will be able to adapt this wave border to whatever your work is. And you can see here that I have done my last full straight wave of 4, and I'm going to start to turn the corner, and I'm just going to wing it, guys, and that's what you're going to do. So I'm going to turn it over a little bit, and I'm just going to see how this is going to go. I'm going to do the same exact stitches that I've been doing. So I'm going to do 4 double crochets into the, I'm going to go into, in this case, I'm going to go into the next V, which is kind of tight because I've got 3 stitches in 1 stitch. So I'm going to do my first double crochet in a standalone single. And the way that this is working out, I think I'm going to take this next one and do a few into it to make the turn. So I'm going to do my next of 4 double crochets for this wave. My yarn is hanging up. Hang on a sec. All right, that's the second one. Now I'm going to go into that same stitch again for my third and do a double crochet. This is going to make a nice neat turn. And for the fourth, I think it might be all right to move on to the next stitch. I'm going to do it. If it doesn't work out, I would go back and do 3 into this corner, but let's see how it works. So I'm going to go into the next available V and then do my 4th double crochet for the corner for my wave. Now it's the same exact thing on corners. You're not changing anything other than to insert your hook into the same stitch a few times to make that turn. So that was 4 chains. Turning the work just as before. I'm going to go and dive into the space and up through the one next to it and pull the yarn through for my slip stitch. Chain 1 to anchor. I can get a hold of it and turn my work back over. All right. Make my basket handle. 7 double crochets into the basket handle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 'Keep running out of yarn on you. Gonna make some room there. 6 and 7. Now I'm gonna count. Remember, make sure I've got 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I do. And I'm gonna go ahead and move forward and see if I like the way that this wave is laying down in a turn. Okay, so far it looks pretty good to me. So I'm going to move right on to the next wave, which is going into the top of the next V. And I'm going to let you hang with me, I think, through both of these corners if don't run out of time here. Never really know whether I should crochet quick because the video is too long or crochet slow so you can do it with me. But remember what I said, you can change the speed on the recording or the playback there in YouTube in the settings. So, all right, I've got my 4, do I? Yeah, got my 4 for the next wave. chain 4, turn the work, slip stitch it, dive down into the space, come up in the one next to it, pull through for your slip stitch and chain 1 to anchor, turn your work back over. Do your basket, 7 double crochets. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Always count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Doing good. Now, I'm going to look at this and see, do I like it? Looks pretty good so far. How many do I have left before I have to turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a turn. So I'm going to do 4 off the video. Come back one more time for this turn, and we'll see how that goes.